Hey, Brian.
Okay, I'll get myself. I hope you're
Oh,
feeling better, Brian.
Yeah, I have most of my voice back. It was this one of these obnoxious coughs that wouldn't stop. So it stopped.
Uh,
Yeah, so it kind of robs you of about half your voice. So
well,
yeah,
I'm glad you're on the
that day
mend.
you wouldn't want to talk to me that day. I sounded very scratchy.
Maybe for Halloween, it would have been a good interview.
Yes, if it was
Um,
Halloween.
so I appreciate you guys tipping us off to the story. So what happened? What are you're getting slammed with complaints? What's happening?
Okay, you know, whenever you have a formally active business that suddenly stops appearing to fulfill paid orders, it raises an immediate red flag. More concerning is when you have a business become unresponsive, but it still appears to be taking orders for its products and services online. So what we're telling people is, as a general rule, if you rely upon outside automated vendors for online sales and other web-based customer services, these systems need to be shut down after they shut their doors. In this particular instance, consumers have submitted hundreds of complaints to BBB within the past 12 months, a significant portion of which has been closed just within the past month. It represents a substantial increase from the prior 2 years. We can't definitively state that they're out of business, but consumers who purchased merchandise and reportedly didn't receive those orders, they've claimed to have reached out via email, phone, sent letters, and they've claimed to have received no response in terms of the status of their orders or even to request a refund. Many of these consumers have claimed waiting months on end for reports for their products or services, and they're claiming these products cost anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. So, what we tell people is, even where you've dealt with a business in the past, we urge you to research its current status. Check out bbb.org, find out what other customers are saying, find out what's being reported about them. A business status can abruptly change. You can even check their social media. Have there been recent posts? Has the business or customer even posted recently? Bear in mind that an active website doesn't guarantee a fully operational business. You always want to look for customer service information on the site and actually check it out. Call the number. Can you actually speak to a human being to find out if there's a problem? What I wouldn't do is wait until there's already a problem only to find out there's no one to speak with about that problem. And again, if there's no legitimate contact information, I would just walk away.
So how many complaints have you gotten?
It's been in the hundreds of complaints just within the past year, and it's a huge uptick just from the prior 2 years. And again,
Wow.
it's literally been in the hundreds just within the past 12 months. And again, this is a substantial increase in the number from the prior 2 years, and a substantial portion of those closed complaints have occurred just within the past month or so.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would say, consumers are claiming to us, placing orders, waiting several months in many cases, and not receiving those orders. And again, they're asserting that many of these items, such as accessories they've ordered for like airbags or truck springs, they're claiming have cost anywhere from hundreds up to thousands of dollars.
And what kind of company is this? This is a truck accessory supplier.
Yeah, I can tell you more specifically. And again, they're based out of Ronkonkoma, but yeah, I believe it supplies. It's called. It has truck springs, airbags, things like that, automotive parts. I believe it's truck and automotive parts or accessories. Sorry, that is a cell phone. I'm going to turn off. Okay. I don't know if you want me to give you a couple more tips on this if you want to hear those.
Yeah, sure.
You know, um, Sorry, second. Um, it's also generally safer to make these purchases with your credit card. If there are unauthorized charges, obviously you can dispute those with the credit card company. Debit cards don't offer those same protections. And if the site requires that you wire payment or use prepaid gift cards, that's a big red flag to just walk away. Always remember that legitimate, active, formally responsive businesses can still shut their doors. So don't get caught holding the bag on the wrong side of that door.
Okay, and so is this a situation where you think that we should reach out to the state attorney general? Like, who would have the jurisdiction over something like this?
Yeah, I mean, again, you have the Bureau of Consumer Frauds. I would certainly consider contacting the Attorney General's office. Again, there have been once you have hundreds of complaints, you're giving them there's a pattern that's emerging, obviously, and a pattern is an active website that is still appears to be accepting customer information. It still appears to be accepting orders, and it still appears to be charging their customers. And we're having hundreds of customers tell us that there's an issue. So that's what they're reporting to us. So if I were you, I would consider contacting the New York office of the Attorney General. Again, they have a Bureau of Consumer Frauds, and you might want to see what their comments are about this.
Okay, and then are we still able to make purchases on this website? What's the website?
I don't know if I have the exact. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. Well, according to our business profile, I'm seeing if it still clicks through to it. I have the site up. It looks like it's sdtrucksprings.com. I'm looking at the site and it pulled up. So again, it's called sdtrucksprings.com, and I'm seeing a site that's up. And obviously, I'm not going to attempt to give them my financial information, so I can't tell you for sure that they're accepting orders as of today. But all I can tell you is the recent customer complaints and what they're alleging about that. But I am seeing a site that did pull up once I clicked onto it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. All right. Disappointing when this happens, huh?
Yeah, and again, when you have a business that prior to this was active and responsive and operating, and you had a much smaller number of complaints, it does raise alarm bells when suddenly you have this huge uptick in complaints and a huge uptick in these allegations. So yes, that's what raised our level of concern when this just started happening. So yeah, it's always concerning, and very concerning for customers who maybe have dealt with a company on a prior basis and maybe had a successful relationship with them. They expect that relationship to continue into the future. And in many cases, they're claiming to find out that they're waiting months on end and can't even reach a human being to find out the status or to possibly get a refund.
Perfect. Okay, Brian, this is excellent. We'll be airing this November 30th. So thank you guys for tipping us off on this.
And I told Gene, this has obviously been embargoed, as you know, so you're able to air this. But keep in mind, I've already told staff there, I'm not referring to it on purpose as a zombie business. And you may or may not know this already, Tara, but that generally is a term of art that refers to a business that can only basically service its debt. It can't really pay down its debt. It can operate, but it can't really do much more than bare bones operation. So that's not the case here. It's more being used here as a cute term to describe a website that isn't going away. So just giving you a heads up that that's not a term we're going to go with in terms of a term of art. I don't want to confuse people with that.
Okay, so it's more like this is a former reputable business that appears to no longer be operating, but is still accepting purchase orders.
Yeah, it appears to be dormant. We can't be definitive that it has closed its doors. That is the appearance. BBB has been unable to reach them. Our Long Island office made repeated attempts unsuccessfully. We're hearing from consumers that they've been unsuccessful through emails, through letters, through phone calls to reach anyone, when prior to this, they appeared to be fully operational. So yes, that seems to be the situation right now, even though we can't definitively state they are fully out of business, because obviously you have an active website. I can't tell you today whether or not they're accepting payment information. I can tell you what hundreds of consumers have reported to us recently.
Perfect. And when was the latest complaint?
Oh, I would have to go internally to tell you that.
You can email me that. And where are the people from?
You know what? Let me have Susan Cuomo in our information give you current complaint, because again, even since we've given you that information, there have been more complaints. So, yeah.
Can you get us? Can you guys get us an updated number today?
Yeah. Oh, we'll absolutely do that. Knowing the fact that we embargoed this and that we've waited further, we want to make sure you have an accurate number as of the time that you're getting closer to air date. So I'll give Susan Cuomo a heads up that we've done the interview and to keep you updated with the current stats. All right.
Okay. I hope you have a beautiful Thanksgiving.
You too, Tara. Are you hosting, or are you hosting Thanksgiving, or do you just
I'm going to Florida where I don't have to host, and Mom.
Very good.
Thank God.
Very nice. Yeah, we're not hosting this year either. We're driving about 2 hours upstate, so that's okay.
Isn't it nice when you don't have to host? It takes.
Yeah. I always feel such pressure to make sure everyone has a great time, and I spend the entire time standing in the kitchen. So you're right.
Exactly.
Nice to be served by other people.
That's right. Especially
I like to stand in the kitchen with a big glass of wine.
Oh, well,
Just leave me alone.
Yes, I understand that Jean is the big host this year as usual. So yes.
Yes, Jean is the hostess with the mostest. Last question for you. But they are from all over the country, right?
I believe it. I believe it's from a variety of locations. Yes, but
Okay.
let me ask her to take a survey on the number of states generally involved, so we can give you a better sense of it, so you can make an accurate reference to it.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
But it's a substantial. This is a substantial number of complaints in a pretty compressed period of time, obviously. So,
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, Brian. Jean, can you stay on the Zoom real quick? I just have
Take
to
care.
do
Sure.
some follow-ups. Thank you, Brian.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Bye bye.
You too.
Bye.
Jean?
Yeah.